Michael Carrick's system is starting to take precedence. You are starting to see Manchester United develop into a Michael Carrick team. Or as Culture Cams will say, Michael Carrick. Because there's a touch of Carrick in this team. But there's something that this system, in my opinion, is definitely missing. And I think you guys see it. If you don't see it, in this video, you'll understand why it's very important. Manchester United need a profile for the Carrick system that can play and that is potentially a specialized left back. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you what I mean by this, and you can see how tactically and technically it makes sense. So stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. Now, one thing Manchester United need from the left back is something or things that Luke Shaw does not have currently right now. When Luke Shaw was bought, of course, he had it. We know he had a bad injury, but that's besides the point. Where Manchester United are right now, in the system that Carrick has built for Manchester United, a left back and fullbacks are very important. Number one, ability to push high. The ability to press high is one of the most important things. I'm just going to use this as an example. So if you have the winger in this position, let's say Dorgu goes in, you know, Manchester United like to press like that. You have to be willing. If he says, I'm going to go out here, let's just use this guy as a right back. So Dorgu might say, I'm going to press in there. You cannot be here. This is not going to work. In this system, you need aggression. You have to be right up there. And what does that require? Not only aggression, but fitness levels. You have to be able to sprint repeatedly in a game. And that's what happens when you play on the sides of the pitch. And that's what Michael Carrick wants. We saw against PSG when Luke Shaw was slow in getting out there, because now if he played the pass there, he can turn and he can look forward. He can play it into the midfield if there's a midfielder there. But if you don't allow him to turn, what you're forcing him to do is to play it back in there. And what I like, and I've already reiterated it with Michael Carrick's system, he kind of plays a system where he dictates where the opposition start their build up from, because he overloads that middle and he says, listen, if you want to play through there, it doesn't matter. We got our guys that are ready to jump. As you can see, it's a 6. Yes, you have a 4, but it's a 6. He said, these guys are going to work as a team. And of course, these guys are just going to push up just to minimize that space as well. But one thing is for sure, that left back position is important. Another thing is technical security. Not only deep, but also high up the field. Another thing is keeping the width. Somebody that is capable of keeping the width. Another thing is overlapping prowess. Yes. You need to be able to say, if Dorgu goes inside, if Cunha goes inside, Mateus Cunha, then you're going to go on the outside consistently. I'm not talking about 1-2 times in the game. I'm saying consistently. Again, that opens up the pitch for the rest of them. Now, one of the key things to consider in this system, and I want to, I've written it out because I'm talking about the contribution on the ball, is one of the most important things, because everybody in Carrick's system I don't even want to say are better off, but I'll say everybody in Carrick's system need to be technically sound, comfortable in the build-up. Like I said, from deep, but you need to be comfortable contributing to the build-up. Meaning you can get on the ball, you can be the left back there, but you can also run inside with the ball and play it there. We see this as the model fullbacks in the world, the best ever I've seen anyway, in terms of all the attributes. You've got Nuno Mensch and Achraf Hakimi. So for me, again, those are models. Another thing is recovery pace. It's not just about getting up the pitch. It's about being able to get back. And then if your man beats you, are you able to recover? Again, recovery pace. These are things that this system will thrive with. Recovery pace. So we're talking about a player that can do multiple things. That's why I'm saying a left back, but a specialist left back. Somebody that knows what he is doing. Now, again, the problems that we see right now, we don't really have the overlapping prowess. We don't have the consistency to overlap. We don't have left backs that are able to contribute so much in the build-up. Luke Shaw doesn't do it as much anymore. Again, crosses is another thing, but I didn't mention it for a reason. But again, if you're playing with Benjamin Sesko, you need a left back or fullbacks that can cross the ball. So even if he's tucked inside, you can trust him to go out wide and whip a wonderful ball in there. That, again, is super necessary. Another thing is, I want to say, the winger has to think, if I lose the ball to this guy, I'm going to keep running. I'm going to have to defend against him because he's relentless. So relentlessness is a key attribute from the left back that Manchester United decide to sign. It is a priority. And it is a priority in this system. And I'll point it out to you. It's one of the main priorities for me and Carrick Ball, is because a lot of the times Carrick's possession in the game, or at least the way he wants his team to keep the ball moving and to dominate, is centralized. So you see it a lot with PSG. Let me give you a depiction. So of course PSG probably have that. They have a bit of this, swap in there, swap in there, swap in there. And then this is normally how you have PSG. Of course, we see Achraf Hakimi getting in there, getting in the box, a bit more dynamic. But again, somebody will always cover, even if he goes forward. And you end up having more or less the same positions, just different personnel. It's amazing. But one thing is for sure, is that he is always an outlet. And Nuno Mendes is always an outlet. Because PSG have maestros in that middle. The way to keep the ball, the way to build up the ball, they have maestros. Now, Manchester United, again, a bit different. You might have Bruno dropping there. You have these two out wide. Then you have these two like this. But again, most of the time, you see it like this when they win the ball back. So what does that mean? That means that your job is to be an outlet. Your job is to be an outlet. And you need aggression because, again, if you're to draw the pitch into 3 zones, this is what you would do. In training, that's what you do. So you would have cones there, you would have cones there, and these are the guys on this side. And you see a lot, and I emphasize this because, again, Amad Diallo is more of an inside player. Even if you play Matheus Cunha, he's a starter, he's more of an inside player. So a lot of the time, even if you play Dogu, yes, you might see him there making the runs. Dogu's more suited to that. However, most of the time, you'll see the link up in there because how Carrick wants to build up those triangles, 5, 10-yard passes, keep the ball moving, 1 touch, 2 touch. You guys are so important. The ability for this guy to get up there and to get back there, for get up there and get back there. That will suit Diogo Dalot. That will suit Mazraoui because, again, these players are able to do those things. Yes, Dalot might not be a favorite, but he is able to do it. And I want you guys to focus on that. And this brings on to my next point. This is exactly, in my opinion, why Manchester United need none other than Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, and I'll make it quick. So for me, when I'm looking at this video, I think he can push up. He can come inside. He can support the midfield. He's comfortable on the ball. He can create 3v2 situations. Again, another player that I would say fits the bill. Another player that I look at and I think, you can go straight in there and you'll make the direct difference. Because I think with him, Manchester United look like a better team. He can do all the things I've described in this video. Now, guys, whether you believe what I'm saying or not, give me your input. Let me know what you think. Can Can Lewis Hall be the perfect player for Manchester United? I think so. I think, again, being young, being able to move inside, being direct, recovery pace, comfortable on the ball, good at 1v1 defending, actually pretty decent at 1v1 attacking. Who else? Absolutely who else? Manchester United need to go in the window, not just by a left back, but a left back that suits Manchester United's build-up play. Let me know what you guys think. Kupola, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.